share with me and get to know me.
Working within it so that you can trust
You got to
them.
be able to produce things. And I'll tell you why that production is so important. But before we go there, how do you use those two pieces of equipment? And
Success is not necessarily financial, but success is when you feel fulfilled in what you're doing. And then
to other women, they need to know their value, their worth.
But I believe everything that you put your mind to and you achieve, it's success.
Give us all the stuff.
Okay, I'll answer all 16 of those questions right now. I started in the music business at Sony while I was still...
Welcome to the show. My name is Renee Hastings, and I'm the host of Renee Speaks. Y'all are in for a super treat. Today's guest is the founder of NovaBeauty.digital. She graduated from Troy State University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration, and soon after graduating, she started working in corporate America with senior level executives at very well-established companies like Blue Cross Blue Shield, Cox Enterprises, Emory, and Alston & Bird, where she gained valuable knowledge about mentoring, training, human resources, and running a business. She currently works as a training technologist at a multi-billion-dollar law firm in Atlanta, Georgia. Our guest also partners with the Avon Company to bring beauty to women and improve their lives. Our guest prides herself on professionalism, processes, patience, accountability, encouragement, and transparency to help her business partners succeed. Y'all, it is my pleasure to introduce to you Inez Campbell!
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What a great introduction. For a minute there, I was like, is she talking about me?
Absolutely. You are so amazing. And I am so thrilled to have you on this show, on this platform, to share with us the knowledge and wisdom that you have gained over all these years.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I know you and I go way back, and
yes,
I know a lot about you. But for our audience who has not had the pleasure, please tell us a little bit about you, how you started on this entrepreneurial journey, and how it's going.
Okay. Well, of course, as you can see, my name is Inez Campbell, and I currently reside in Gwinnett County with my husband. But Gwinnett County is a suburb outside of Atlanta. And I'm a legal trainer. I'm a legal trainer, by day, my 9 to 5. And I'm also a network marketer who firmly believe in the value and the power of having multiple streams of income, of having, a full-time job, perhaps alongside a side gig like me, or, a full-time job with investments, or, multiple jobs, but pairing that with investments. But I haven't always felt this way, though. It really wasn't until I started my entrepreneurial journey did I realized the value in having multiple streams of income. And speaking of, my entrepreneurial journey, I got my start back in, I believe it was 2010. Yeah, so about 13 years ago, February 22nd, 2010, when I heard a voice coming from a transcendent place that said, you should sell this. I don't know if we have time to go into the whole story, but essentially that's what happened. I heard the voice coming from a transcendent place that said, you should sell this. Speaking of Avon.
Mhm.
And after many months of being on the fence, of praying about it and thinking about it, because it actually came to me at a time when I wasn't looking for anything. And I definitely was not looking for anything in the sales arena. It was a been there, done that type thing, hence the reason it took me such a long time before I got off the fence. But yeah, that was February 22nd, 20, when I got my start. And ever since then, I've been bringing beauty to women and also helping them to achieve their financial goals through the Avon opportunity, which is a flexible work from home opportunity that allows you to set your own hours and work around your existing commitments.
Right, right. And that's one of the benefits of working for yourself, is that you can set your own hours and you can work it as much as you want or as little as you want, as you know, when you're doing it as a side hustle, or some people do it full time and pay mortgages and college tuitions with it.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah, entirely up to the individual to decide how much they want to do and how, or not.
Exactly. Yeah. That's the beauty of it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I know one of the things that's so critical when you have a full-time day job and you have a part-time gig, there's only so many hours in the day, so how have you managed both?
Okay, so I think what you are alluding to is, how do I manage my time?
Yes.
Right. Well, right. So let me just say that time management is crucial for entrepreneurs. I mean, crucial, because most of the ones that I know don't have help. They don't have someone to help them with the myriad of tasks that they need to get done. And so, for that reason, they need to have ways to, manage their time. And what I've personally found is that some of the strategies that I use in my full-time job, they're actually very effective also in my Avon business and for other entrepreneurs that I've shared them with. If you don't mind, I'm just going to look at my notes here. So there are 3 tips that I wanted to share with your audience, Renee. So one time management tip that I wanted to share was to prioritize your tasks. So start each day by identifying what is the most important things that I need to accomplish today. You are a network marketer or you're in direct sales, then it's going to be income producing activities like prospecting, on social media. And then another technique that I use in both my full-time job and my entrepreneurial endeavors is planning and scheduling. So take time at the beginning of the day or the end of the day. I like the end of the day to create a to-do list. And like I said, I actually like to do mine at the end of the day. I find that's better for me. When I wake up the next morning, I already know what it is I'm going to be focused on.
Okay, that makes sense.
And as a part of that planning and scheduling, I use calendars. So Outlook calendar, Google, calendar, you can use either one of those. But the key is to plan it out. And I even like to use the feature in Outlook, it's called Task, to plan out my activities. That way, not only does a reminder, pop up, I also have the time blocked out on my calendar.
Got you. And then, Google has tasks too.
You're right. They sure do.
And I love them. I like you. I'm very similar. I love using them to help prioritize things. And sometimes things just keep moving from the bottom to the top and then from the bottom to the top.
Yes, absolutely.
They keep moving. They stay there until they get done.
Exactly. That's right. And I like the color coding system, as well. so that when I see that color, I automatically know this relates to my entrepreneurial endeavors, and I need to, focus on this and get it done.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I also have another tip that I wanted to share, and I think this one is the best out of the three. So prioritizing your task and planning and scheduling, right?
Right.
Well, I've been using time blocking. That was introduced to me several years ago, and it has completely transformed my life. So the way that it works is that you have your task that you need to complete, right? So you get a timer, and don't overthink it. You don't need to go out and buy, a timer unless you just want to shop on Amazon.
Right. You're in trouble. Because you go for a timer and you end up with a $200 cart. Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Or Temu. I think that's the latest one that everybody is, shopping on. But you can use your phone. You can use the timer on your phone, but you set the amount of time that you want to allocate for that particular task. And then when that timer goes off, stop. Now, I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying, but what if I'm not at a good stopping point? You're not going to be. I assure you. I think in the entire time that I've been doing this, I may have been at what I consider a good stopping point twice, but that's okay. Stop anyway, and take a break. And I assure you, I can almost guarantee you that by using this method, you're going to see a surge in your productivity.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm
going to have to try that because I have to, if I'm being honest with myself, I have to admit that I am not the most disciplined person.
Yes, I remember that about you.
Yeah, some things never change. And so I may have in my calendar, a block for this and a block for that. How do you get the discipline to just do it and stop when it says stop?
How do you get the discipline to do it?
Yeah.
Honestly, just do it.
And then it'll become
I think
a habit.
Also it has to be something that's important enough for you to stop and do it. My Avon business is very important to me. I want to see it thrive. I want to see it grow. I see the value of it. I see how it helps people. And so if I feel like I don't want, to do it, all I have to do is just think about one of the ladies who signed on with me a couple of years ago and how she's thrived in the business. And that generally will, jumpstart me to do it. But if it doesn't, then I allow myself that grace because, we are human, right? You are wired the way that you're wired for a reason. And so don't sweat it. My mother used to say, and my grandmother as well, it will get done. And it does. It gets done.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So,
and there's more than one way to skin a cat. I've said that before.
More. Oh my goodness. Yes. My mother and grandmother used to say that as well.
Oh, no, I hope I'm not showing my age. But I see, the thing is, I see the benefit of it. I know when I do it and I stick to it, things get done. I'm super productive. Everything falls into place the way that it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And when I don't, I don't get as much done. I get distracted and I get, over here and do a little thing and do over here and do a little thing. And then you have all these little things that are not all the way done. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I see the benefit of doing it your way and the way you're suggesting. It's just I have to work on myself to actually.
You're totally fine.
Put it into practice.
Totally fine. Yeah, you're totally fine. You have a podcast. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If you say so, I'm taking it.
Yes, I say so. But if you want to Google that technique, it's I call it time blocking, but I think the official name is like the Pomodoro technique. You might even be able to Google time blocking and it'll come up.
Time blocking. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we'll keep it simple.
I know, right?
Pomodoro is like
Exactly.
a hairstyle or something, isn't it?
Right.
Or a hat. Or that makes me think of hair.
Right. Right.
So, there it is, Pomodoro. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I will never remember that.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it time blocking. So, so thank you.
Right. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
So, Inez, as you work with different clients and different potential team members or new team members, what are some of the most common obstacles that they face when trying to be productive, and how can they overcome them? I think we may have touched on it a little bit, but maybe if you could go a little bit deeper into that.
Well, besides work-life balance, I think procrastination is by far the biggest obstacle that they face, and really the biggest obstacle to productivity. So what, I suggest to them is maybe try to break up tasks into, smaller bits so that they are more manageable. I encourage them to set specific deadlines. I encourage them to utilize those tips that I shared earlier, prioritizing, planning and scheduling, and time blocking, to sort of address and overcome these issues that they're having with productivity. And I think also, holding yourself accountable for, my team. I'm that person, but they don't always they don't always take advantage of it. But just holding yourself accountable, having an accountability partner is what I'm trying to say. Right. Someone who you can share your goals with, someone who you can share your progress with, and who will hold you accountable, support you, and keep you motivated.
Right. That's so good. I think that more people, especially entrepreneurs, need that. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, it's so important when you're on this journey and you're self-directed.
Right, exactly.
If you know your limitations, it's like, okay, I need somebody to help me with this whole self-direction business.
Right.
Keep on track.
Right. It's important to identify the right person. So in network marketing, it's really easy, because the company will generally assign someone to you. But I know in my professional life, well, my full-time job life, it's not so easy to find someone who, I trust and who I mesh with and gel with in order to be held accountable in that way.
Right. Yeah, I know. And when we were working together back in the day, you had put together this amazing mentorship program for the company you were working for. And we actually incorporated a lot of that system in the professional development organization that we were in together for our student chapter. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Thank you for remembering that. Yeah, I do.
That was so fun because it just, when you were talking about accountability, it reminded me of the importance of that mentorship type connection that the young students had with us more seasoned professionals in the industry, and how that helped them on their journey to becoming awesome admins.
Absolutely.
And I thought that was so good.
Yes. In fact, one of the students at DeKalb Tech friended me recently on Facebook. And when I accepted her friend request, because I didn't immediately recognize her name, I accepted the friend request. She sent me a DM and she was like, "Do you remember me?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, I don't remember who she is." I was, just trying to remember. And then I said, "I'm so sorry, I don't." And she was like, "DeKalb." I was like, "Oh my God, no, hi. How are you doing?" Yeah, she's doing very well. She's a VP. She's a VP of HR.
What? Oh, good. Oh,
yes.
So awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, just to have a part in that journey that got her there. I mean, how awesome. How awesome.
Yeah. Exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Inez, when we think about the roles that we play, or what role do you believe mindset has and goal setting? What role does mindset and goal setting play in enhancing productivity?
I think they're intertwined, really. And I think that, they both have a profound effect on an entrepreneur's ability to stay focused, to stay motivated and achieve their goals. So, yeah, I believe that they're definitely intertwined. Developing a productive mindset and, setting goals that, align with your vision. I think it requires, quite honestly, self-reflection, and clarity.
Yeah.
I'm by no means an expert, in mindset. Absolutely not. I know some people who are experts in that, but I'm not one myself. But what I can offer, for this, for your audience is maybe try focusing on the positives, of things, and then looking at challenges as learning opportunities.
Yes.
Or even, maybe establishing routines and habits that support your goals.
Right.
I know
Yeah.
those things, work for me. And
Mhm.
then one more thing that I'm definitely trying to do more of is celebrate my wins. So right
Yes.
now, those things that that I still need to do, they rise up above those things that I have done and that I'm proud of. But I know that if I keep celebrating, those wins, then that muscle is going to get stronger. I'm sorry, but I lost my audio.
Sorry. I had to clear my throat. I clicked the mute button and I didn't unmute.
I know how that is.
All right, so this
I do
is
the same
real life. Okay.
Yes.
I forgot to click the unmute
This
button.
is so much fun.
But one of the things that really resonated with me that you were just talking about is how important it is to look at challenges as learning opportunities. Because I think that too many people look at challenges as obstacles that can't be hurdled or
Right.
stumbling blocks that they can't get over, can't get around. And if it's too hard, forget it. I'm just not doing it.
Right.
I'm just and so I think too much these days that too many people are giving up too quickly without giving their own self a chance to look at this from a whole nother perspective, that maybe this challenge isn't about what you can't do, but it's about finding out what you can do.
Exactly.
And when you
Right.
look at it that way, it's like, okay, well, what can I do? I can do this. And if I do this, then maybe this will happen. There's no guarantees. You don't know.
Right.
You try something, right? Do something. You don't just give
Exactly.
up. You look at the challenge as an opportunity for you to stretch your imagination, stretch your creative innovation, and to learn something new. That's what a challenge is.
Exactly.
And so that's what I think about when I think about mindset and productivity and just not being deterred. It's like being determined to not be deterred.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And, I think it might even be, a generational thing,
Could be.
Is it Gen Zs? I'm not sure of all of the
I don't know.
different letters. But they grew up in a time when things were really easy, and things were, given to them, or they had very easy access to it. So they haven't had an opportunity to be challenged by anything. And when they are challenged, it's a whole brand new experience that they just want to crumble under.
Right.
The
Yeah.
kids that I know do crumble under it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we are going to definitely dive a little bit deeper into that as we go into Renee Speaks Golden Nuggets in the next episode. Because we're going to be wrapping up here a little bit, but I definitely, I don't want that last point to go addressed, unanswered. I want to respond to it. Unresponded to.
Right.
Don't you love my great English?
Right.
That this generation, even though, or the younger generation today, they've had a lot handed to them. And so I think that it's even more important for them to be intentional about looking for challenges or looking for things that could challenge their limits, because I think not enough young people know how extensive their limits are, because they're not encouraged to stretch beyond what they've done before to something more and do something new and different and expand beyond the current. Right. And so I think us as older, more seasoned professionals can do a lot to encourage them and speak life into them so that they don't think that they have to just quit when things get tough, but they hang in there and they stick it out and they continue on in this journey. Yeah, it's so super important. So thank you so much for bringing up that point. So, but before we go, I definitely want people to learn more about you and how they can find you if they want more information about productivity, how they can be a better version of themselves by incorporating your tips and tricks and tools that you've shared with us today. How can we reach you and stay in touch with you after today's show?
Well, several different ways. You can go to inezcampbell.com and you'll see all of my social media handles there. So I am on social media. For my NovaBeauty.digital business, it's at Inez Camp. That's at INEZCAMP. And I have also an ever-growing Facebook group where I talk about different business strategies, different ways of growing your business, really just all aspects of business. And it's called Digital Women Entrepreneurs. But you can just type in at Digital Women Entrepreneur and it will come up in your Facebook. I also, what you'll find on my website is the Avon brochure. As you know, I'm a network marketer, and the company that I partner with is the Avon Company. And this is our latest brochure. This is a hard copy of it, but you can also download the digital version, which is absolutely amazing. You can shop directly from the book. There's a little shopping cart icon next to every item that you just click on it and it adds it to your cart. So if you go to inezcampbell.com, you will find a link to my Avon website and also a link to the digital brochure.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. We definitely want to stay connected with you. If anyone needs a representative, Avon representative, reach out to Inez Campbell. She is your girl for building a business and getting products.
Years and counting. Yes. I know a lot about it. After 13 years, I have some things I can share with you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe it's been 13 years already. Just
kidding.
I know. But yeah,
low change.
Yeah. Right. Well, this is a great looking magazine.
Yes, it's fantastic. It recently received a makeover. So for those of you who are familiar with the Avon Company, you may know the brochure to be smaller than this, but they've changed the size of it, and it actually has less pages in it. But if you go to the one online, you'll definitely be able to see all of the products that are available online and order directly from the website.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sharing your link, your website information. If we need any product, we know to go to that website only.
Okay.
Because you want all the business.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is awesome. Well, we're going to wrap up this segment of Renee Speaks.
Okay.
And for
All right.
those that have been able to join us today, we thank you and our audience for joining us. And as Inez Campbell speaks with us on productivity, the two of us are going to go into the green room and enjoy a cup of coffee and a donut while we head over to the 100 TV Network studios. So thank you for joining. And until next time, have an awesome day.
Find a mentor.
To learn things
It's
online.
like a multi-million-dollar
Course
business.
of your journey.
Moments in time.
And we can make an impact one
A little bit better.
When it comes to launch, feel fulfilled. You were made for something great. So go and be awesome.